Hi, this is Thundy from Booredatwork.com.
And this is Snatch Hatch.
And today we'll be giving you our Transformers Dark Side of the Moon 3D review. So, we've seen the movie Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. We saw it in 3D. And first of all, what do you think about the movie?
It was good. The plotline was good. It had just the right amount of twists and turns in it, but at the same time, it was predictable at some points. As far as the acting goes, what was your thoughts?
It was good. It was better than the second movie. I would say actually because of the better plot line in this movie, it actually flowed pretty well. There were some parts where it dragged, and we'll get to that in a second. But I want to talk about 3D and what you thought about 3D in the movie.
It's good. It's very compelling throughout the movie, especially when with Michael Bay he does a lot of slow motion.
Yeah.
That brings out the 3D effect nicely. Problem is he tried doing 3D a lot, and it's like 2D 3D because it fades in and out when you don't have something in the very foreground.
Yeah, it worked for the most part in the movie, and I wouldn't say, you know how some people say, 3D sucks in some movies. It was fine. Yeah, I think overall it was fine. I think just because of his style, some parts just didn't work, and it didn't look fuzzy. It just looked like,
It was too quick.
Yeah.
When you have a really fast action movie like this, and you try doing 3D in the intense action scenes, it really falls flat.
Yeah.
It's much better in 2D because the 3D comes by so quickly, you miss it.
Yeah, but it does work for some other Michael Bay styles. Whenever he slows down, he does his slow motion pan action scenes, where you see someone like Optimus Prime come in slowly and just kick ass. It pops out very well. And so it works for some parts of his style, and the good thing about it is it didn't look like other movies where it was just, some parts look fuzzy and, and...
There was also some other things he did. He changed his directorial style just a little bit, so that way he could get a good depth of field, so that way he was bringing things out into the foreground. You could see it. And when you have something in the foreground with 3D, it makes it look so much deeper. Right, so you can pull things out better.
So you say it's definitely a choice for you to check it out in 3D?
Yeah, I would prefer it in 3D rather than in 2D.
2D, okay.
So.
All right, so that's 3D in the movie. Now, let's go back to the plot. You mentioned there was some twists and some turns, which especially for the Transformers series, considering the first movie was an intro, so really not many twists and turns.
That was very much more straightforward.
The second movie was a hot mess. Yeah, and just move that aside. But this one had a few twists here and there, and was surprising, and it was actually a refreshing change where you went, oh, okay, I see, But then after that, the movie just kind of drags.
Yeah, the end's about 30 minutes too long.
Too long, yes.
General rule of thumb that I learned when studying theater and film is when you have to look at your watch, that means that's when that should be over.
Yeah.
And it was 30 minutes. About 30 minutes
too long. Now, yeah, I agree. It was a little lengthy, and that kind of took away from some of the feel of the movie. Still, it's a good movie. I mean, for a summer movie, it's a good summer movie.
It's a good blockbuster.
Yes, exactly. I won't go into details like the script was terrible because it's supposed to be an action flick. So don't expect.
Yeah, it's a little elemental in some points where they explain things and spell them out for you, but it's also it's a Michael Bay kind of big blockbuster feel to it, but at the same time, it's just too long. I mean, when the other person we went with fell asleep with 25 minutes to go, that was it.
Yeah, and you still enjoyed the movie, which so it's one of those things where you're like, okay, it was great, but you need to stop here.
Yeah.
All right, now the action, which is probably what everyone's wants to know. How was the action for you?
The CGI was intense. It was really good, especially when you start thinking about multi-layer CGI to get the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable. Just some of the places and locations they were able to do with this, and some of the things that they were able to do. It was just unreal. I mean, it's something that we've come to expect.
Yes.
But with the 3D extra element to it, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I think one of the cool parts about the Transformers series is, especially the CGI, is Optimus Prime looks like he's really there.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with the fight scenes, what I loved especially is, we all know the final battle takes place in Chicago. It's well known, so we're not really spoiling anything for you. But the destruction they made to the city, when you see it, it doesn't look fake. It actually looks like Chicago's really torn into bits. And you get that feeling from it. And, the close combats, especially the slow down fight scenes you see with either Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, were just classic and, straight to the point. You knew Optimus Prime was coming to kick ass, and you saw him kick ass,
But at the same time, the CGI was so sharp.
Yes.
I mean, there was so many details. You could have watched each action scene 3 or 4 times and not gotten everything that was there.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, that's pretty much our thoughts of Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon. So, what do you tell viewers? Should they see it 3D, not 3D?
I don't know if I would necessarily go to see it in theaters again, but I would definitely recommend it in 3D, and I might be more inclined to wait for Blu-ray to come out with it, but that all being said...
That's Snatch Hatch. I definitely say go see it, especially in 3D. The only reason why I wouldn't go see it again is just because it is 30 minutes too long for me. But it is a definite watch. If you're looking for a fun movie this summer to go watch with the kids, have a good time, and just watch stuff blow up, and blow up effectively, because that's what Michael Bay does best, definitely see that. And again, the acting was good overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan Fox Part 2 was much better than the
yes.
original Megan Fox.
We almost forgot to mention that. How did she fare in comparison to Megan Fox?
See, I was expecting her role to be smaller, and she ended up having a much more meatier role than I thought. I don't expect a lot as far as acting goes from a Michael Bay film, so she was above the curve on that.
See, I was slightly impressed because, some people say she's just there to stand, be a figure, but for the role she was given and for what she was supposed to do, she actually handled it very well. She played her character. She didn't annoy you. She actually was something when you saw her in film, you go, oh, and she said something. It was like, all right, this lended to the storyline. It was that. So, maybe we'll see in something else where she can exploit her acting skills.
I expect to, because she's an up-and-coming young actress from
yeah.
Britain. She's only 24 years old. I expect that we probably will see more
So,
of her.
but from what I saw with her in Transformers, she actually did, to me, a good job where she drove the storyline and she did not annoy me at all. So that's a good thing. But anyway, that's our Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon review in 3D. Snapchat said you can watch it, but he wait for the Blu-ray. I say definitely go see it. Probably once, just because it's a little too long. But if you guys have any questions, any comments, if you've seen the movie, let us know. Just put it down on our YouTube page or on the website Booredatwork. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So this is Thunder E.
And Snatch Hatch.
Saying thank you and always enjoy entertainment.